Hey guys, hi Hollywood Gatekeepers, Carolyn Carpenter here. I'm live in a beautiful day. I'm actually in downtown Anaheim today, right down the street from the happiest place on earth. There's this little taco place here that I absolutely love. So we have many meetings down here at this taco place. I'm gonna grab tacos. I'm gonna go home and work on some technical issues that we are having back to my office because we're having some technical issues. So if you're on our course and having a little trouble with some login, don't worry, I'm on it. I'll be there with you. We'll get you going. So we are readers first, and we are launching into helping other people learn, and we're having a few little glitches along the way, but everyone's been super great, really appreciative of how supportive you guys are and how willing you are to work with us. So hang tight. We will definitely get things going and get you in there. So we're really excited about how popular the course is getting and how many people are signing on. So we are in there in the trenches helping you get ready. That's me doing the Facebook Live and then helping you get in the course. So we definitely want you in there. We want to have a great class of students. We're developing, some people are already turning in their assignments, and it's really going to be fun. I'm really excited. I'm really happy that you're joining us. So know that we really appreciate it, and we'll get you going for sure. So Doug is here as well. Doug's going to make he'll make comments that will supplement the things that I'm saying because he's really smart. Don't tell him I said that. So the two things we wanted to cover today, I want to show you where I'm at for a second. Isn't it pretty? That way I can spit out my gum. Full disclosure, because gum's not cool on Facebook Live. Okay, so I'm trying to be as just normal as I can, so you get the full me. Lucky you. So yeah, we're doing Facebook Lives. Talk quite so loud. So the two things I wanted to cover today are compensation and coverage. Those are big questions that we're getting as people just decide if they want to do the course or not. A big question that we often get is, how much money can I make doing this? So I'm just making sure that comments are coming in and make sure people can hear me and whatnot. Now there's a helicopter to battle my voice. A coverage is like a book report. It's like 1 to 5 pages on what the screenplay is about. There's lots of different templates of coverages depending on who you're reading for. They are a very common thing in the industry, and they're a very necessary thing in the industry. And so the basic, coverage is that you're working for a production company and the producers need you to read a script, and then you tell them what the script is about, and then you tell them what you thought and what the problems are and what the good things are about it, and then you rate it, usually pass, consider, or recommend as to whether or not you think they should do the movie. And then from there it really varies. So you can do a coverage report for a producer, and often producers use these coverage reports to decide whether or not they're going to do the movie, and or to talk to other people, bringing on actors, bringing on director, all kinds of things. So often a producer will use that coverage as though they've read the script when they haven't actually read the script. And that might seem kind of strange, but producers are very overwhelmed and they have a lot on their plate. So if you can provide a coverage that's very thorough to where they really know the story based on your coverage, they don't need to read the entire script just yet. They can use your coverage to get the ball rolling, and then they'll read it as things get going. But they're so overwhelmed and they have so many projects that they're juggling that the coverage really, really assists them in being able to focus in on all the things they need to get done and still have a very clear understanding of what the script is about, the tone, the style. You cover all of that in a coverage. So you let them know what's happening, what the subplots are, and then a lot of times they have little score sheets at the top that say, there's like a grid that says like, character, dialogue, story, all the different elements of a script, and you rate that as to whether good, fair, poor. And so they can kind of see where the problems are in the script, where are the areas that need to be worked on. If the dialogue is really good but the story kind of lacks, they'll be able to see that. So that's what a basic coverage is, and then it vastly varies depending on who you're reading for. Contests typically don't have as long of a coverage. They usually don't pay as well, which is why. They also have a huge volume of scripts. Some contests have thousands and thousands of scripts that they're covering. So that's why the coverage is much shorter, and sometimes it's just a score sheet where you're scoring all the elements, and then you give a log line. All of them will also have a log line, which is a little kind of TV guide version of what the story's about, just a 2-sentence thing of what the story is about. So you need to be able to sum up a story as well. So the log line needs to I always look at a log line in terms of it needs to capture the story well enough that if a writer saw that log line, they would say, yes, that's what my script is about. It can be hard sometimes. So you'll also have a different kind of coverage if you're reading for an actor, because in an actor you're going to have a whole section on whether or not that movie is right for them and how it fits into their career and why or why not they should do that movie. So that's the kind of the basic things about coverage. And then sitting on the bench talking to myself. But luckily people don't notice too much. So that's the basic idea behind coverage. And like I said, sometimes the compensation is directly related to how big the coverage is. Some agencies want very detailed coverage because they're putting together like a package deal, meaning an agency will be taking a script and they'll be trying to find actors to fill every role, director, they'll try to, they want the script to be coming from their agency. So sometimes you'll need to go into an agency thing, like what are all the roles and how big are they and that kind of stuff. And sometimes you'll have to also do budgeting. If it's especially if it's a low budget production company, they're going to want to know kind of what the budget will be. And so we cover very detailed in our course coming up. We cover budgeting and how to know what things, how much things cost in general. So we go through each element of this in our course with great detail so that you know exactly what it is. We provide all the coverage templates. In the free workshop, you get 2 coverage templates. So you get one that's blank and one that's been filled out so you can see the difference. So sign up for the workshop because you'll get a coverage template just for registering, and then we give you another one within the workshop. So sign up for that. We also give you a script in the workshop. So after the workshop, you could pretty much see what to do and get started on your own if you want. That's the idea, is that we want to be able to do this workshop that's free, provide you an opportunity to learn how to do it, and then if you want to really dive deep and go through every single element with us, we'll take the course and then we'll take you through it. So that's the idea. And then the other big question that's related that I keep getting is, can I make money as a reader? It is true. There are many, many people, myself included, who read for free. I still read for free on occasional, every once in a while if it's someone I really like or a friend or whatever. But a lot of readers read for free, to get started. If you're trying to get started, it's a great way to get started is to volunteer and read for contests and that kind of thing. There's a lot of contests usually in a lot of different areas. So you can get started that way. The typical pay range for a script is $50 to $70, depending on a lot of things, depending on the company, depending on how many scripts they have, how many readers they have, depending on how quickly they ask you to get it back to them. So turnaround is a big part of that. So sometimes you'll get up to a week to turn a script around where you need to read it and get the coverage back. Sometimes they'll pay you a little more because they need it in an hour. Sometimes they need it the next day. So sometimes payment can fluctuate depending on that. And also most places learn their readers and they know who can do that. It is definitely a skill to be able to read and turn a script around quickly, be able to read it, absorb it, write about it quickly. That's a very, very valuable skill. So sometimes people will pay more for that. So that's one level of pay. There are so many avenues that you can go down from being a reader. So many, a lot. So you can become, we have a whole module on landing the job in the course, and we cover all these different areas. I'm going to touch on a few right now, but there's many different areas where you can make money as a reader. And it's also called story analyst. It's kind of the fancy term for it. It's not really much of a difference, but you can be a consultant just for writers, and we'll show you how to set up your own business, kind of like we're doing here with this course. We'll show you the steps that we went through to create this course so that you can create your own business as a consultant, and just writers can hire you one-on-one. That can pay anywhere from, if you're giving discounts, $100, $200 up to thousands and thousands of dollars, depending on how detailed you get. There's a thing called a page 1 rewrite. You can sit with a writer and say, on page 1 you need to do this, on page 2 you can really get detailed, and you can, the more that you do it and the bigger clients that you get, the more you can charge. So we will show you how to get started with that kind of thing, and then you can really make some money doing that. There are also many jobs that spin off. Being a reader is the basic of everything, because in order to work in the movie industry, you need to know how to break a script down. You need to know what the elements are. You need to know what works and doesn't work in general. I say this a lot, so if you watch me a lot, you're going to say this with me, everybody. there are rules. Rules can be broken as long as it's intentional. So I always say these are all the rules. This is how it needs to be, blah, blah, blah. But many people break the rules, and some people do it unintentionally and it still works. That's usually counterbalanced by incredible talent or an incredible gift or amazing originality. But in general, these are the rules. And so by knowing these rules, then you know when you can break them. And so the reading a script, being able to break it down, being able to know what is a good subplot, what are good characters, what's good dialogue, being able to tell different writing styles, tones, genres, all of that, that all goes into providing a good coverage, and it all goes into every job in Hollywood. So you can start as a reader, you can go down two paths. You can go down the production side, where then you become a script supervisor, and that's someone who sits on the set and watches the script and gives, if the actor can't remember their lines, you tell them their line. You also follow continuity to make sure that, if they were wearing a ponytail in one scene, they're still wearing it the next day when they shoot the same scene. So you follow all of that kind of, gaffes, as they call them. So that's one, you can go down the production route. You can also go down the development route, which is being a reader. You can be a story editor, you can be a development executive, you can move into being a producer. There's not just one yellow brick road in this scenario. There's a highway. So we cover all of that. We cover a good deal of that in the free workshop. So I highly, highly recommend, if you haven't taken the workshop, take it. It's free. It's like 45 minutes. You can write comments in there. We see your comments. Even though it's on replay, I still see all your comments. So give me your comments, because I want to hear what your favorite movies are, because we ask those kind of questions. So I will see all that and respond to it, whether it's live or not. So definitely talk to me. So it's a weird, lonely life out here where I'm talking to myself and talking to all of you. It's really cool and fun. I'm loving it. So those are kind of the basics. So you can make anywhere from $50 a script to thousands and thousands of dollars, depending on how you want to do it. So those are the two things we wanted to cover today. And coverage is the name of the game. It's what you need to learn how to do. I will be posting this video on our page, so leave comments there. We'll make comments. And then again, if you are in there and you're having problems, I'm going to hang up now so that I can go help the people that are in our course get those links working. So yeah, we're going to get that happening for you. And join us. I'm super excited. I can't say it enough. This is so fun. I'm having a lot of fun. And so is Doug, and he's the strong silent type behind the scenes, but he's right there with us, and we have a few others on our team too. We have a team that's helping, and we're figuring it out. So hang in there with us and let us know your questions. If you have more questions, I'll be doing this again noon tomorrow and noon on Friday. So give me those questions. If I didn't answer it today, let me know what else you need to know, and I'll tell you. And then register. I'll put the link on the page as well, and you can register and watch the workshop and listen to me more. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go now. I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm excited. We'll talk soon. See you tomorrow at noon, if not sooner. Every once in a while I do random ones, but tomorrow at noon for sure. Be there. Okay. I'm going to go get my tacos, and then I'm going to go help people. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.